Today, I am going to be showing you guys my brand new Anthony Davis build on NBA 2K23. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you two different versions of this build. One is a more accurate version to Anthony Davis, which I will show you guys first. And then a second version that I will show you guys later on in the video is a version that gets slashing takeover on this build. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started, man. Let's go. If you want to get the highest quality NBA jerseys at the lowest price, go pick up a jersey at pristinejerseys.com. The link is going to be down in the description. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so when we start making this build, we're going to be making it at the power forward position. You can also make it at the center position. Jersey's going to be right. Name is Anthony Davis, or in my case, day-to-day Davis. All right, so now when it comes to the body settings, we're going to be going with the height of 6'10", weight 232 pounds with a 7'8" wingspan and a defined body shape. All right, so now when it comes to the finishing on this build, you're going to get an 85 close shot, which is going to get you gold fast twitch as well as gold fearless finisher. You're then going to get an 86 driving dunk, which is going to get you the basic driving contact dunk packages, as well as silver posterizer and gold limitless takeoff. Then when it comes to the standing dunk, you're going to get an 80, which will get you silver rise up, as well as the basic big man standing contact dunks. And then lastly, an 80 post control, which is going to get you post spin technician on Hall of Fame, as well as all the other post scoring badges on gold. And now let's take a look at some of these finishing highlights, man. When you can get a lane to the basket, you're going to be able to finish well. Being this tall with having this high of a driving dunk rating, it's just going to be super easy to get to the basket and get easy dunks. And even though you only have an 86 dunk rating, you could definitely get active when it comes to the dunk meters as well. Whether it's an open dunk or whether you're going for the contact dunks as well, you can get busy with the dunk meter and finish through traffic. You definitely have a lot of finishing options on this build. You can use them as a slasher, you can take them into the low post and start doing post spins and drop step, but overall it's just going to be a really easy build to use. And obviously Anthony Davis is always going to be a threat when it comes to cutting to the basket or being a lob threat, but right here we're going straight through, getting that easy 2-footer. Let me rephrase that, the easy two-hand dunk. But with all that, now let's move on to the shooting highlights. All right, so now when it comes to the shooting, you're going to get a 73 mid-range, which is going to get you midi magician on gold, as well as a 72 three-pointer, which is going to get you catch and shoot on silver. Now, even though you don't have a whole lot of shooting ratings on this build, you can still be a knockdown shooter out of the isolation situations. And not only that, but as a spot up shooter, you can hit your catch and shoots right here. Joe knows is going to dot me in the corner. It's an easy catch and shoot because for some reason they're trying to just force him to pass, and right there he just made the right read. Now Cruz has the ball right here, easy dot to the corner, the center drops immediately for some reason, and we get the easy catch and shoot again right here. Low situations with the game clock, and it's an easy contested catch and shoot three. And again, I'm telling you, you could be a knockdown shooter on this build from three, and it's really not that hard to shoot with a low to mid 70s three-point rating. Now look at this final play right here, man. Joe is going to get the ball. He's going to fade top of the key with sharp take, clank, missed the shot. Swag grabs the ball, runs out to the corner. He fades, and he misses the shot as well. Now I grabbed that board, and I said, you know what? I'm chucking up the fade. Go to the corner with a 73, and we are hitting. But yeah, man, that's just how you can shoot on this build. But now let's take a look at the playmaking. It's going to be very simple. You're getting a 65 pass accuracy, which is going to get you silver break starter. Now you can upgrade the ball handle and the speed with ball if you want to. I'm definitely going to be showing that on the second version of this build, but on this build I wanted to get more defense, I wanted to get more strength, and you'll see that later on in this video. But now let's show the highlights. Now listen, with that 65 pass accuracy, it's not going to be the best option. Obviously you can go with 75, get that gold break starter, and even 86 and get that Hall of Fame break starter. But listen, a 65 is going to get the job done in most situations. Now teams that have really good transition D, you're not going to be able to chuck that thing up the court because they will get every single lane. But if you're playing up against teams that don't have great transition defense, you can definitely still chuck it up the court and get some easy transition buckets. Now when you are in a half court set and you're trying to make passes from one side of the court to the other, you can definitely see some of that weakness with the 65 pass accuracy rating. But again, you got to realize you're not going to be that big of a playmaker when you're playing on an AD build. You're going to be catching lobs, you're going to be catching and shooting, and you're going to be scoring and being dominant in the post just like Anthony Davis. But overall, this build is still really good when it comes to playmaking. And again, you can still make those break starter passes across the court and hit wide open shooters or people that are running straight into the dunk lane. Now right here we're getting a stop, we're getting that board, we're kicking it out, and we got Spillboy way down across the other end of the court to get that easy quick drops dunk. But yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much it when it comes to the playmaking highlights. Again, it's going to be a very solid build overall when it comes to playmaking. Even though you only have a 65 pass accuracy, you just got to know how to use it and not make stupid passes. And now let's take a look at the defense on this build. Now, I had to get the defensive stats absolutely juiced because Anthony Davis has been putting out master classes on the defensive end, especially in home games where he's getting like 4 to 5 blocks per game. So we had to get this man a 90 interior defense, which is going to get you post move lockdown on gold. And then when it comes to the perimeter defense, you're going to get a 79, which will be enough for silver challenger, an 82 steal, which will get you silver interceptor, and then a 93 block, which is going to get you gold anchor, an 81 offensive rebound, and then a 94 defensive rebound, which will get you gold rebound chaser, as well as Hall of Fame boxed out beast. Now let's take a look at these defensive highlights, man. You know I had to get me some stops on an Anthony Davis build right there. He tries to hit the meter dunk on me, and we deny it with that high interior defense. Now right here, get a tip pass. It was kind of fluky, but we ended up getting the steal anyways, and then Cruz hits a transition 3. Moving on to the next highlight right here, get that easy lane steal. Listen, I press buttons when I'm down in that paint. There'll be times in games where I'll get just as many steals as I do blocks because people will just try and throw straight into the paint even though there's a center already sitting there right there. Get the O board, dot it out to spill, we miss, and now we're back out on defense. And listen, man, you can get good O boards, you can get good D boards because you have that gold rebound chaser. You're gonna get stops in the paint with the gold anchor. Overall, this is a good defensive build. And look at this right here. I get taken out of the play because I have terrible stick skill, and then we're able to recover and get that great chase down block. He tries to go up with it again off of the offensive rebound where we get another stop going with a hands up contest. Now let's take a look at the final plays here. Right here, we're just gonna get a nice and easy block, and then on this last play again, it's gonna be another block. We're sitting in the paint. He tries to go up with a layup, and we get the stop. But now let's take a look at this build all the way fully maxed out. You're gonna get 21 finishing, 14 shooting, 5 playmaking, and 30 defensive badges. The physicals are also really good on this build. You're going to get a 77 speed, a 70 acceleration, an 86 strength, which is going to get you gold brick wall as well as silver bully, an 80 vertical, which is going to help you get way more blocks on this build, and then you're also going to get a 90 stamina. Now let's take a look at the second version of this build that I made. Now the second version of this build is going to be a little bit lighter. It's going to have less strength. It's going to be faster though. Doesn't have as high of an interior defense or block or defensive rebound, but in sacrifice you get slashing takeover on this build. You get a higher driving layup as well as some ball handling capabilities on this build. This was a very fun version of the build that I ended up playing and I ended up making, but I highly recommend that you can make both or find some nice sweet spot in between the two versions of these builds. All right, so now let's take a look at the takeover options for this build. You get slashing, sharpshooting, rim protecting, as well as post scoring takeover on this build. On the first version that I made, you can also get glass cleaning takeover depending on how you adjust the attributes, but as you can see, the build is now complete. You're going to walk out and get the player comparisons of Josh Smith, Evan Mobley, and Paolo Banchero. I think on one of the versions you can get an Anthony Davis comparison, but you just got to be careful on how you do it. But at the end of the day, the player comparisons don't really matter a whole lot because you can't really see them past this loading screen right here. But that's going to be it for today's video, man. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun to make, and it was a very fun build to play on, and we got more content coming soon. It's not going to be my career related. It's actually going to be my NBA, so look out for that. It's going to be coming soon. Peace.